Be blessed, be great, be you.
Family, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of The Father Fam on The Father Fam YouTube channel, y'all. Hey, before we get started, y'all, can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also share this video. I want to get this video out to as many people as we possibly can. All right, so if y'all can do that for me, I would greatly appreciate y'all. All right. Now, on this episode of the Father Fam, as you can see in the title is going to be called Outlasting Tough Times. All right. And this topic, man, I've gone over this before, and it's on my heart to talk about it again. All right. Tough times is something that none of us, I repeat, none of us will avoid. You can't avoid it. You can't avoid it. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter how many people you know. It doesn't matter how many followers, how many subscribers. Doesn't matter about your personality. It just doesn't matter, man. You're gonna go through tough times. But uh, but what separates a lot of us from the tough times is how we respond to them. Like straight up, man. It's how we respond to those tough times. For me, I've realized a lot of the tough times that I've had in my life has been when I'm actually working towards something. It just it always seems like that's the case when you're working towards something, and it's like when you're pressing hard, you get that resistance. You get that resistance. It's like, or something happens. You're like, you know what? Every time I feel like I'm trying to do something right, something happens. Like, why is this happening right now? And and to be honest with y'all, family, these times are supposed to happen. Uh, they make us stronger. At the end of the day, it's how we deal with them, how we get through them, and like I said, it's how we respond to them. And you have people that respond different ways to the tough times. You have some people that fight through them. They persevere. They keep going. They keep working. They keep pushing. They keep grinding, and they come out on the other end of it in a better position. They come out on the other end of it stronger. Uh, they learn a lot of different things. And then you have some people that fall into depression. They let themselves get down into a real low state, uh, a low state to where they believe that they can't get out of it. And then you also have some people that check themselves out. You've had some people that have committed suicide uh, in tough times because they felt like they couldn't get through it. They felt like they couldn't make it. They feel like they couldn't handle it. But I'm here to let y'all know that you can. You can get through it. And one thing that we gotta understand with tough times is that tough times are seasonal. Alright? Tough times are seasonal. They are not meant to last forever. And they won't. Tough times will not last forever. But the key to pushing through a tough time is outlasting it. You gotta outlast it because it can't last forever. A season is a season. It will not last, man. We gotta outlast it. No matter how low we may feel, no matter how depressed we may feel, we gotta outlast it, y'all. And when it comes to us men, there's a couple things I thought about when getting ready to speak about this topic, and that just came to my mind for us men. That was just on my heart. You know, this is the Father Fam, so a lot of my content is geared towards the men, and and a lot of things came to my mind when I thought of tough times, especially when it comes to fatherhood and just manhood. And over this past couple of years, uh, with the pandemic going on, and just people have been sick physically and people have been sick mentally. Uh, these past couple of years, it's taken a toll on all of us. Some men on my mind that I wanted to talk to, and give some words of encouragement, and really love on y'all, man, because I know that it's tough for y'all. Uh, I know that it could be a lot, and the situation can be very discouraging at times. And the men that I'm talking about are the men that are going through some type of custody battle with their kids. The ones that are going back and forth to court fighting for their kids, or the ones that are not being allowed to see their kids uh, due to the mother of their children or some other situations, and they're not able to see their kids, but they're fighting hard, doing everything they can to try to make it happen. I want to speak to those men. And what I want to tell y'all men, man, is don't give up. I mean, y'all have been on my heart. Your kids are worth it. Your children are worth it. And I know that it may feel like all of the efforts that you've made, that you've put forth, uh, may feel like they all have been dismissed, and that you're not being heard, and that it's not fair, and that you just feel like you have no control over the situation. I just want to let y'all know, man, you gotta keep fighting. You gotta keep fighting. You can't give up. You can't. You can't. Just giving up is not an option. All right. I just want y'all to let y'all know that giving up is not an option. Keep that in your mind. Giving up is not an option. When you think about your offspring, and you think about you think about your seed, you think about your legacy. Um, Anything that you love wholeheartedly is worth fighting for. It just is, man. And I wanna let y'all know, man. Look, you can control what you can control, but maximize what you can control. Maximize what you can control to the full extent. Full extent. And one thing that I will say, you have to have faith. You have to have faith, family. You have to have faith. What does faith mean? Faith means believing. What do I always talk about? Believing, believing. Like I said, I'm going to always bring it up. Believing, believing, believing that things will turn around. I know what a lot of men will be quick to be got some. I'll say some guys that be quick to give up and not really sit down and think and plan things out. And what I say with us men, we've got to get in the habit of planning. Planning is one of the biggest forms of faith. All right, that's a big part of faith, man. Is planning. And we've all heard, a lot of us, we've heard faith without works is dead. We've all know that's a, a scripture in the Bible that we all have heard. Faith without works is dead. And so we can believe that we can have that relationship with our kid, but then not just believe it, putting the work in, planning to make that happen. Actually sitting down, Not just saying the options in your head, writing down the options. If it means getting an attorney, if it means uh, I have to save up some money, I got to find another way to bring in some more money so I can actually fight for my child. Um, this is what I'm gonna have to do. Actually write it out, map out a plan on how you can make it happen, and just keep going, keep being consistent, keep being persistent uh, when it comes to that, because our kids need us. Our kids need us, even if they may come off and say that they don't care about you or they don't need you, and they say disrespectful things about you because they feel like you're not in their lives uh, due to the mother of the child or some other things that have gone, and they feel like that you're not a part of their lives. They still love you, man. It just they need you. They need you. So you got to keep fighting. It's easy to look at a situation and say it's easy to look at a situation and say, hey, I've done all of I can do. I don't have the resources or the finances right now to carry this thing out, to actually fight for my kids or to fight for my kid. And I'm just throwing my hands up. That's it. Can't do that, family. Plan. Have a plan. Sitting down, writing your thoughts on paper, writing your plans on paper. What are the options that I do have? What can I control? Write it down and map out a plan on how you can see your child or see your children. All right? And then going back to your why. We've talked about our why when it comes to other situations. Why are you fighting? Why are you fighting for your kid? What's the reason? Because you want to be in your kid's life, correct? That's the why. You want to have that relationship. You want your son to love you. You want your daughter to love you. You want them to know that you care, that you didn't give up on them. That's your why. You always focus on that. When it comes to situations on why you do things, um, always focus on the why. Always focus on why you're doing something, and that's what's gonna be what pushes you through. And one other thing that I want to mention to the men as well that are going through that: never feel like you have nothing to live for. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Never feel like you have nothing to live for. And the reason why I say that, because a lot of us men do. A lot of us men do. We feel like we have nothing to live for. Especially when we go through bad times, we go through tough times. It's like a big weight on our shoulder. And we just feel like, you know what, this ain't it. I'm gonna let y'all know you got everything to live for. You got everything to live for. And I felt the need to bring this up, man, because there's been a couple of stories that I've heard, man, of men really going under, man. Taking out the mother of their child. Some of them taking out the mother of their child and taking out their own children because of situations to where they didn't get to see their kid, or felt like the mother of the child was holding their kid from them, and felt like that their kids were the only thing that they had to live for, and that they were taken away from them. And I just want to reiterate, let the men know, look, you have everything to live for. You can always fight for your kids. It's never too late. Don't feel like it's too late. You can always fight for your kids. Keep pushing. You have something to live for. You have a purpose for your life. You are here on this earth to fulfill a purpose. There is something for you to do. There is something deep down in your heart that you are here to do. You just have to bring it up out of you and do the work and get it up out of you and do great things. Do you have great things in you? So don't ever feel like you got nothing to live for, because you got everything to live for. All right. And for the men that do feel that way, man, please, please, I beg you, man, reach out to me. Reach out to some people in your family. Reach out if you feel like you need to reach out to a counselor, a therapist. Please reach out to a therapist. My door is always open. I'm here. Uh, so definitely comment section. And for the men, and we all are here. We all a family. We're all a family. I want us all to be able to love on one another. This show is about us developing ourselves, becoming the best version of ourselves, tapping into our purpose, uh, having a vision for our lives, carrying it out, helping others become the best that they can be. Because we all have it in us. It's not just us being fathers. That's not just what it is for us. We have our own lives as well. There's things that we love to do. There's a purpose for us all. All right. So don't ever feel like you have nothing to live for. Don't ever feel like you have nothing to live for, or feel like your kids are the only thing you have to live for. You're worth way more than what you think. And you're smarter, way smarter than what you think. Trust me. And that's what we here for. We working on that. We gonna work on us, man. We gonna get better. We gonna get better. We're gonna tap into what it is that we supposed to do on this earth, what God has called us to be on this earth. We gonna tap into all that. We gonna tap into all that, y'all. But it just hurts me, man. It hurts my soul, man. Uh, when I hear stories like that with with men taking out the mother of their child, or taking out their kids, you know, it hurts me. It hurts me, man. It hurts me dearly, and I just want to talk. And I know there's some other men that feel that way. That's why I feel like it's important to say. It's some men out there that feel that way, or that are on edge, and I want to be that. I want to be that voice of reason to you. I want to be that voice of reason to you, man. You got a lot to live for, or just taking out yourself. We've had men commit suicide, take out themselves, and they leave their kids behind fatherless. There's a lot for you to live for. A lot for you to live for, okay? So, I just want to let y'all know that, man. I just want to let y'all know that, and keep pushing through. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Another tough time that I want to talk about is loss of life. Loss of life. I feel that's an important one to touch on, because that's a moment that's a tough time that really never really goes away when you're on this earth and you lose a loved one. It just never goes away. Um, I know I can speak on my grandmother passing in 2010. It just doesn't go away. It's just always there. Um, like I can still remember going to the hospice, and remember my dad telling us that my grandmother passed, and it was a tough time for our family. It really was. And one thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to loss is I want people to truly, I want people to understand that look, we all not gonna live forever. Uh, we all not gonna live forever. It's and it's a tough it's a tough reality to deal with. And I know a lot of us, we believe that our parents are going to be here forever. We believe that our loved ones are going to always be there forever. And that's not the case, man. It's just not the case. For me, there was a real eye opener for me at the end of 2021 with my pops, uh, where it was a chance that we could have lost him. My dad, he had caught COVID and had pneumonia on top of that, and he was in ICU fighting for his life. And there was a lot that was running through my mind at the time, and I actually thought about, what if my pops wasn't here? What if he didn't make it? And how would I feel? And that feeling didn't feel good at all, y'all. That feeling didn't feel good at all. I'm telling y'all, it didn't. It didn't sit right with me, um, because I felt like there was just more for me and my pops to do. I just felt like there was more that I needed from him, and I felt like if he would have gone at that time, it would have been very hard for me. But it also was an eye opener to me as well, as that, spend as much time with your family as you possibly can. Love on them, whatever small issues you have, fix them. You hear a lot of people talk about that. I've heard a lot of people online, or just people in my circle that have lost a loved one. They would always say, you always cherish those moments. Always, just being able to call your father, or call your mother. You still have that. Just pick up the phone and call. Just, you'll hear a lot of people say, just always cherish that. Don't take it for granted. And uh, and for me, over time when you have it, I think it's just a natural instinct. Like we all do. And I'll say for me, once that happened with my pops, I really started to think, you know what, I gotta start planning planning life without my parents right now. I know some of y'all will say that you can't. I mean, you can never plan for that, and I hear all of you guys. I really do. I really do. Uh, but I feel like I've been planning. I've been planning. I really have. And I used to think that, planning for somebody to pass, and I felt like that could be bringing it to existence by doing that. But I feel like it's something that we should all be doing, is planning for our own deaths. Planning for our own passing. Uh, I feel like that's important. And so for me, after that situation, I've actually played my dad's funeral in my head. I've actually played I've actually played his funeral in my head, just to go through it, so I wouldn't feel the way that I felt if he would have gone back in December. So I played it in my mind. What I would say at his funeral, uh, how I would how I would be in front of my brothers and my sisters, uh, and my mom too. Planning for her, just because I know I'm gonna have to be the strong one in my family. I truly believe I will, and just just preparing for it, just preparing my mind for it, and just knowing that they're not gonna live forever. And I plan on outliving my parents. So if I plan on outliving my parents, then I need to have a full understanding that, you know what, they're not going to be here. There's going to be a point in time where they're not here. So I have done better with, you know, just really talking to my dad about certain things, uh, being around my parents more. I mean, it's I feel like, I mean, my parents, my mom watches my son and my daughter throughout the week, so I get to see them on a regular basis. I feel like that was also a good thing as well, you know, with them watching my kids during the week, because I can see them, I can see them, and I can talk to them, and it's just so I just try to, you know, so I really do try to cherish the moments that I have with them, cherish the moments, um, and take the advice of people that have gone through it, and really taking in all the conversations and all of the love and the memories that we continue to make, because I know that they're not going to always be here. And like I said, for me, I'm planning. I'm planning. I'm planning because I really don't want to feel the way that I felt when my dad was sitting up in the ICU, not knowing if he was actually going to make it through. I would like to hear from y'all for real. Like, leave a comment in the comment section and see. I would like to hear y'all take on that. All right. Um, but yeah, that's just how I would rock with it. I hope I brought some value to this video. I hope I did. Uh, but family, before we go, we already know we gotta say our saying. All right. New viewers, just follow along with us. Ride or dies, y'all already know what it is. All right. The saying is, be blessed, be great, be you. No one is better at being you than you, all right? Family, we're out. Love y'all so much. Love y'all, love y'all, love it, love y'all. Already know what it is, all right? But before we go, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share. Share this video. We're going to get this video out to as many people as we possibly can, so we can help make the world a better place. All right. Once again, love y'all. Deuces. And catch y'all on the next video. All right. Peace.